Okay, today we may feel tension. I think that is highly understated. Okay, we will feel tension, conflicts, frustration. We may feel overwhelmed. We may find ourselves in the middle of some kind of power struggle. And a natural response for any of these situations is fight or flight. But neither are asked of us. Okay, this energy demands our attention. It's urging us to confront the parts of ourselves we often prefer to hide from the world. In our relationships, in our power struggles, buried emotions, all these things can rise to the surface right now. And it's asking us to decide whether we want to engage, transform, or walk away. So this energy can bring feelings of intensity into any of our relationships, romantic, platonic. There lingers within us this sense of pressure to assert ourselves or defend our boundaries. And this internal struggle demands some kind of action. So, will our actions be impulsive? Because that could perhaps invite in chaos. Or is there another way to utilize this energy for profound personal growth? So join me as we embark on a journey of self-discovery. We will gain an understanding of how to embrace this energy. And hopefully by the time we end the video, we've got all the information in there. You have some insight or tools to walk forward with a confidence, with a strength as you go forward. So hi, I'm Tilly. This is Tarot with Tilly. Thank you for being here. Truly, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you for all of the positive, loving support that you send me each and every day. Welcome to your daily focus, January the 3rd, 2025. So today we have the energy of the three. The three is about our voice, our thoughts, our communication. The three is about creativity, transformation, curiosity. And if we look at the daily numerology, it would be a 1 plus a 3 plus a 9, which gives us a 13 energy. The 13 energy is a very lucky energy. It puts us in exactly the place we need to be in order to have our best life ever unfold before us. But under a 13 energy, what happens at the present moment in time doesn't seem so lucky. And I can see that under today's energy, that whatever happens to us, we just really, we wish we weren't there at that time to experience that. This is a very hard energy that we're working through today. And right up until April, mid-April at least, it started just before Christmas, maybe. Anyways, it doesn't matter when it started, when it ended. We're in the thick of it right now. Back to the numerology. I'm getting off track here. The 13 energy. Yeah, we may not appreciate what happens to us. We may actually call it bad luck. We may actually, curse the air around us just because it's like, oh my goodness, I can't believe this happened to me. And now this has to happen and this has to happen. I have to say this or I have to do that. It just upsets the apple cart in so many ways, perhaps. But it actually is the best thing ever to happen to you because you wouldn't have looked in that direction had you not been forced to. One plus three is a 4 energy. The 4 energy is about getting our ducks in a row. Absolutely. Understanding our balance, understanding our foundation on which we plan to build our futures. Are they strong? Are they structured? Have we covered the basics? Do we have the necessities? So it's looking at a balance, perhaps, but between different parts of our life. Are we staying for all kinds of overtime at work because we want that promotion, and because of that our friends, our family misses out on us, or we're not there to walk the dog as often, or whatever it might be. Or maybe we're there just a little bit too often to walk the dog, and the dog doesn't, starts to go through anxiety if you're gone for 2 hours. So, maybe we do need to get out there and do more, even if it's a community effort. Sun is in Capricorn. Our moon, we start the day in Aquarius, but I think it's like 10 o'clock a.m., 10 a.m., Eastern Standard Time, when the moon will venture into Pisces. So it's more of a laid back inner kind of energy that we have going on once we move from Aquarius to Pisces for the moon. But we have Mars opposite Pluto. And that brings in an energy that, well, it revolves around personal empowerment, absolutely transformation, a very deep examination of control and authority, ambition. So don't be taken off guard when you have some kind of suppressed emotion or unresolved conflict, a time when it felt like somebody stole your power or we had to relinquish our power. Those kinds of things can rise to the surface, compelling us to confront them. Okay? If we're not careful, and definitely if we're not aware of the energy, but you're aware of the energy because you're here now listening to me. But if you're not aware of this energy, tension may be the response to this energy rather than the breakthroughs we can have in this energy. This energy, we need to embrace and work with it for successful results, because this is the day when many people's apple carts will upset. And they think it's bad luck. In love, our passions are definitely heightened, our emotion. And that can turn into clashes if we're not communicating as a couple or a partnership. It's love. It's the people we love most in our life. If we fail to communicate, we are actually burning the bridges here. And that's not to say that communication will be easy. Okay, chances are power dynamics will clash, especially if there is a struggle for some kind of dominance rather than building a healthy relationship. So the motivation is important. This energy can show up in any of our relationships with each other, at home, in the community, at work. Careers, definitely, if you work somewhere, you could encounter a power struggle or witness one at least. Our ambitions are heightened. Okay, we tend to be more assertive, and so we must balance that with some kind of strategic thinking. Let's say count to 10, pull it back. Think about what you were saying or what you were trying to put across to somebody else. Understand what your words are, what words you're using. Are you making it more of a declaration? Are you making it a comment in passing? Or are you demanding something? If we look towards our own self-growth, okay, we may have a confrontation with ourselves. Okay, use meditation, use journaling, look at your fears, your insecurities, okay, where you tend to self-sabotage yourself. Okay, because when we give that a little bit of thought and understanding, we can make profound, significant personal transformations in how to stop tripping ourselves up, or to allow that insecurity to hold us back for fear. And the natural thing to do under any of these kinds of energies that we're talking about here is any kind of oppositional energy, okay? Whether it's a conflict or a frustration, feeling overwhelmed, A power struggle is we want to fight or flight, and neither is asked of us. Rather, we need to actually resist the temptation of the fight and of the flight. We need to ground ourselves with focus. We need to ground ourselves with determination. We need to count to 10. We need to have a patience with the process. We have to have clear definitions of what we are trying to go after, or boundaries that we have to set in place, that we won't cross this line or we won't let them cross that line. Honest communication is essential. Definitely use physical energy as an outlet. Okay, even if it's just a small walk through nature. Okay, or work on decluttering a part of your environment. You know, clean out that desk drawer, or the attic, or the basement, or sort out those bins that you've got downstairs filled with everything. Okay, both Mars and Pluto's energies thrive on action. So when we're giving something action, we are always making headway. Okay, but if we give it without thinking things through, without counting to 10, without weighing the pros and cons, and if it aligns with where we want to go, how it supports us, how it will hinder us, you know, we have to step it back under this energy. We just don't want to let that raw emotion, because that's exactly what's going to come out. This raw, unfiltered emotion is going to come out. You know, you're at home and something small happens and you just lose it, because all of that you've pushed down decides to pop up, and you demand that things change on a dime. Quite easy to do under this energy, or worse. Okay. Mars opposite Pluto, it's a potent alignment, and it pushes us to confront and transform areas where we do have tension, where there are power dynamics, and where we have personal ambitions. And it will feel intense, but it offers us the opportunity to grow stronger, to embrace change, to align our actions with our deeper values and goals. Okay, so by staying grounded, by staying focused, fostering a self-awareness, and channeling the energy correctly, we can turn challenges into profound transformation for ourselves. It's not easy, okay? It's not easy. It's very potent energy. But we grow through this experience. It makes us stronger. It makes us more courageous. And at its heart, this energy calls for courage, clarity. It's about recognizing our inner strength and channeling it constructively. This is a time for empowerment. This is a time for growth. So if you can step back from reactive patterns, approach challenges with wisdom, transformations you experience now could lead to profound transformation in your entire path going forward, and could affect every part of your life just being a little bit better. Or a lot of bit better. Okay, let's go to the cards. So yeah, it's very strong energy. Very strong energy. It's probably one of the most challenging, transits that would be up in the sky at any point in time. So just breathe. Look at this. Look who showed up. Look who showed up. The Fool for our underlying energy. The new path. The new start. We have gotten the World card so much over the last 12 months. And I'm expecting the World card to show up a lot over the next 2 years as well. I don't think it's going to vanish in the deck anytime soon. But the Fool is here. The Fool is talking about this brand new path, this rebirth of who you are becoming, what you are doing, how your values or your authenticity is shown to the world, how you allow self-expression to flow, how you allow your creativity to flow. The Fool card is all about the new beginnings, the new starts, to give birth to something, maybe someone. We don't need much on this path. We just need to be able to accept whatever comes our way, whatever challenge confronts us on our path, so that we can keep going forward. But new beginnings, new starts. Okay? We're almost to the point here where, well, we have another year, but really tying up loose ends. Okay, the shift is happening. The Fool is coming out, not just in the reading, but as our underlying energy for this crazy transit that we have happening in the sky, right? So it really, this can guide us to the new pathways, the new experiences. Once again, we have the 13 energy as well, and it just pushes us to a point on a path that we never would have looked down had this experience not come into our life. So we'll experience something today, and it shifts the ground below our feet. It moves us into a new direction, perhaps, or a new way of tackling that direction we're already on, to grow it stronger, bigger, ginormous. We have the Ace of Swords, the aha moment, the epiphany. So sit in quiet contemplation. Have a conversation seemingly with yourself. Meditate, journal on where you've tripped yourself up, where you allow fear to override your want to go forward, where you allow limitations to stop you in your tracks, and understand how you can forge through them. If you we have Mars and Pluto. They're both, our warriors, and Pluto being that much stronger. You know, Pluto, if Pluto wants to get somewhere and wants to bring something in, it will stop at no cost. It's death and rebirth. Mars is more of a direct drive towards our best life ever, the things that we want in our life, our goals, our missions, our passions. The aha moment, the epiphany, it comes to us. Oh my gosh, carry a little notepad with a pencil or something at least in your pocket so you can write it down when it comes so you don't forget about it later. Because you're going to want to remember this aha moment, this epiphany. It could come in our dreams, waking and sleeping, because we have the moon moving into Pisces. So pay attention to your dreams, those little things that grab your attention. Maybe it's a song, maybe it's a commercial, whatever it might be, a billboard. You see an exchange between two people. It takes you back to a point in time. And that point in time, it was there to teach you something. So what did it teach you? You may just become aware of the answers now to something that you struggled with long ago. Feeling it's always been out of place in your life, but it happened. And now it comes to, that's why that happened. We have the King of Wands. King of Wands, I love the King of Wands, okay? He never stands on ceremony, okay? He doesn't wait for things to be perfect. He doesn't even wait for things to come together completely so that we have a dedicated, very disciplined step forward. We have a step forward, but it's a little less disciplined. We're willing to take a risk on perhaps ourselves, God, the universe, our maker, our angels. This is where we get an idea. Maybe it's that aha moment. Maybe it's that epiphany. And then we go in search of a little bit of knowledge, a little bit of wisdom, so that we can take action fast. What do I need to know in the here and now? What is my next move forward? Am I equipped for it? What do I need to do it? Let's go. Let's get on this. That's the kind of energy is here. Now, because of our enthusiasm, we'll probably have other people kind of come on board just as we're talking about it or we're doing something, and they inquire and they want to be a part of it. They want to be a part of your energy that they feel coming from you. Okay? So yes, put them to work, okay, until they demand a wage. Uh, I'm just kidding. Um, and this doesn't mean we just go, full steam ahead. Well, kind of, but we're also going to stop at each. Okay, we're a train, full speed ahead, but then we do stop at every small town to pick up people, let off people. So to pick up new ideas, to let go of some old ideas that aren't working, that aren't in line with where we want our project to go, our relationship to go, ourselves to go in some way. And the Seven of Wands, that declaration, that stance of declaring who you are, where you're going. This is a very defiant energy, actually. When you think about it with the astrology and the 13 energy, even. But this is where we stand up and we say, I'm ready for the battle and I'm going forward in this direction. Don't stand in my way. You're talking to other people. You're standing at the top of that hill and you're shouting down to them, I'm going forward with or without you. This is my goal. This is my dream. This is my passion. This is my want. Yes, we will be able, because of the moon going into Pisces, we'll be more looking at our dreams and our goals. And Mars being in retrograde, will be going inward to see where we are tripping ourselves up. So we may not see it so much on the external scape, although I think we will. We'll see it in our world because Pluto's involved. But for most of us, it's when those thoughts start to come up. We want to recognize them. We want to acknowledge them. We want to learn from them so that we can go forward with the strength, a courage. And giving it thought. Okay, have you ever had all of a sudden you're having a conversation and it turns into an argument and you say some things and they say some things and we walk away from the experience. You're sitting there about 2 hours later and you're saying, what you said and what you didn't say and what they said, and you say something and you're like, oh, that would have been perfect. Why didn't I think of that? Oh, I wish that would have come to mind. And if you pull away, you will be able to say those things, the right words. Okay, let's see how this deck is going to paraphrase me today. We have Be True to Your Heart, the 26 energy. Okay, so it is about growing our abundance, our prosperity. It is about growing our stature. So therefore, we need to be, we need to be authentic. Okay, that's how you build respect. That's how you build trust. Is being by authentic, by, meeting your obligations, your responsibilities, by having your word being your honor. Your word is your honor. A simple handshake will do. Be true to your heart. If you say you're going to do something, you do it. They know they can rely on you. In this moment, draw on the energies of harmony and union when making a choice. The current situation is best supported by using your intuition and not your intellect. There may be difficult decisions that may be made, not necessarily about love. Consciously be aware of what is interesting you, what's attracting your attention, what stirs your imagination, and creates passion in your life. Do your best to ignore the persuasion of what others might think or say. Trust yourself and don't allow your opinion to be swayed. That's very much us standing here, boldly declaring where we're going, how we're getting there. Don't stand in my way. Current situation is best supported using intuition, not intellect. I'm thinking that we need to cement those energies more than utilizing one more than the other. Okay, so it's about taking your mind, taking your heart, and bringing them together, the mind and emotion. Okay, so that we're not making decisions based solely on fact and logic, but we're not making them solely on emotion and feelings as well. Okay, we've got. Oh, the deck was upside down again. I don't know how I'm doing that. My son must be in here playing with my cards when I'm not around. He's putting them back wrong. Oh, look what we get back. The turkey's back with blessings. I love how some of these cards get a rhythm of saying, don't forget this energy. It's important. So, turkey. Blessings, gratitude, and thanks. Feeling gratitude and not expressing it is like wrapping a present and not giving it. It is a perfect opportunity to create peace within your soul. Well, that's true. So that gratitude is pure and there is forgiveness from the past by looking at it the now and then creating the future. Begin a new tradition. Maybe create a gratitude tree. Write down a few things that you are grateful for each day and hang it on the tree as a reminder. Go around your dinner table and express thanks, not just on Thanksgiving. Create a gratitude journal. Whatever way you want to express your gratitude to spotlight your blessings. Do it so that there is a constant reminder around you, so that you can see that you are blessed, even when you feel otherwise. So, and I also think that, when we think blessings sometimes and thinking of what we need to be grateful for, it humbles us a little bit. And I think by having a spoonful of humble pie before we need it, okay, and being a little bit more humble in our approaches to whatever we are doing today, whether it's a conversation, an action, but we are even inward, okay, to have a little bit of empathy, have a little bit of compassion, and be humble, because people will see. You don't need to exclaim, because people will see the beautiful person you are. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.